Instead of diplomats, Earth sent a warship that struck fear. The Galactic Council waited. It was a quiet waiting, but the tension was thick. In their tall halls, representatives of many worlds discussed the recent human attacks on border colonies. Most of them remembered Earth as a quiet, backward planet, a species too divided and too weak to threaten anyone. Reports from hundreds of years ago had painted humans as cautious traders and explorers, not warriors. Now, the Council expected Earth to send diplomats, people who would speak politely, negotiate, and promise peace, while the Council decided what to do with the human colonies. On Earth, the leaders of the United Nations met in a small, brightly lit room in Washington. They were tired of waiting. The reports of alien incursions, stolen supplies, and destroyed settlements were enough. The Council did not understand humans. They never had. Now, humans had a chance to show that they were not weak. Captain John Carter stood quietly at the edge of the room. He was not a politician, but he had been chosen for this mission because he knew how to command respect. Beside him, Commander Lisa Brown checked the systems of the warship. She had been responsible for its design, its weapons, and its defenses. Tactical Officer Kevin Ross studied maps and projections of the Council system, his fingers tracing paths across the holographic display. The three of them made an odd team, but together they knew one thing: Earth could no longer rely on words alone. "So we just go," John said finally. His voice was calm, but it carried weight. Lisa looked up.
Yeah.
"No negotiation first. We go strong."
They will see what humans are capable of.
Kevin nodded. "They expect diplomats. They expect weakness. They expect weakness. We will give them the opposite. We show strength, but we avoid killing civilians if we can." The human leaders had agreed. The warship would travel without escort. No diplomats, no delegation. Just the ship and the crew. The idea shocked many on Earth, but the leaders believed it was necessary. For too long, humans had relied on words that were ignored. Now humans would rely on action. The warship, named the Valiant Spirit, was unlike any vessel the Council had ever seen. It moved with silent speed through the void, its hull shining like silver under the light of distant stars. Inside, the crew worked in quiet precision. Every system was checked, every weapon calibrated, every defensive shield ready. The Council systems were hundreds of light years away, but the human ship reached them in record time. As the Valiant Spirit entered the Council space, sensors picked up the approaching vessel. Alarms sounded, and Council representatives rushed to the windows of their command halls. The ship was alone. No convoy, no diplomatic shuttle. It moved with purpose, straight toward the central station where the Council met. Whispers filled the halls. "What is this? Is it a mistake?" one representative asked. "It is a human ship," another replied. "They should have sent diplomats." But there was no mistake. Captain John Carter stood on the bridge, looking at the station ahead. He did not hesitate. He activated a signal, a simple message sent across subspace. It read, "We are here. We come for peace, but we are not weak." The Council scrambled to respond. Their fleets moved to intercept. A small cruiser appeared on the sensors, closing in on the Valiant Spirit. The alien captain transmitted a warning: "Halt immediately. You are in Council space without permission." John Carter's eyes did not leave the view screen. He pressed a button and replied in a calm, firm voice, "We do not negotiate from weakness. We continue." The alien cruiser hesitated, unsure what to do. Reports from earlier centuries told them humans were limited in firepower. No species had ever reported humans destroying a cruiser with ease. Still, the Council was confident. They had fleets ready. They expected the humans to comply, as all other species did. But the valiant spirit was different. As the alien cruiser came closer, the human ship's shields lit up. Without warning, a single pulse of energy disabled the cruiser's engines. The aliens could not understand it. Their systems failed, and they drifted helpless. No lives were lost, but the message was clear. Humans were not weak. Humans could strike with precision and control. Inside the council halls, panic spread. The representatives looked at one another. They had underestimated humanity for too long. While the humans had not attacked civilians, they had shown power that no one could ignore. Whispers became loud debates. The council's older members remembered the old reports of humans as cautious, polite, and small in numbers. This new display was something entirely different. Back on the Valiant Spirit, Lisa Brown observed the council fleets gathering. "They are ready to fight," she said. Her voice was calm, but John Carter could sense the tension beneath it.
"Let them," John replied. "We are ready."
"We do not want war, but we will defend ourselves, and we will show them humans do not beg for mercy." Kevin Ross adjusted the tactical displays. "They are forming battle groups. If they attack, we can disable them without major loss. Our goal is control, not destruction." Hours passed as the Valiant Spirit moved closer to the central station. The council representatives tried to organize themselves, but confusion reigned. The humans were not negotiating. They were not begging. They were simply showing that they were prepared to act. As the first council fleet approached, the Valiant Spirit released a controlled demonstration. Small drones scanned the alien ships, disabling targeting systems and engines for a short time. The council representatives gasped. The humans had attacked without killing anyone, but they had rendered the fleet powerless. The message was unmistakable. Humans were precise, disciplined, and capable of overwhelming force. Captain John Carter addressed his crew. "This is just the beginning. We show them humans can act, but we do not start war. Our goal is simple: respect. We will not beg for it, but we will take it if necessary." They will remember this moment. The council thinks humans are weak, but they are about to learn differently. Kevin added quietly, "Every system in the galaxy that hears of this will start thinking twice about provoking humans." But the humans ignored them. The Valiant Spirit moved steadily toward the central station. The aliens had no choice but to watch. Every maneuver the ship made was confident and deliberate. No hesitation, no mistakes. The humans were calm in the face of what should have been overwhelming odds. As the hours turned into a full day, the council began to understand. Humans were not weak. Humans did not panic. Humans could strike, control, and withdraw without unnecessary destruction. Fear began to grow among the council members. Old prejudices and reports no longer mattered. What mattered was the reality before them. Humans were not a race to underestimate. Captain John Carter stood on the bridge of the Valiant Spirit, watching the council stations through the thick glass. He did not smile, but there was a quiet satisfaction in his eyes. Humans had arrived not as diplomats, but as a force that demanded attention. Lisa Brown checked the systems one more time. "They are watching," she said. "They know we are different now." "Good," John replied. "Let them know it fully before we speak. Our actions must do the talking first." The Valiant Spirit continued its approach. The council fleets formed lines. unsure whether to attack or wait. Every alien species in the room could feel the shift in power. Humans had changed. The galaxy had changed. The waiting was over, and the humans were here to show it. By the time the valiant spirit reached the outer perimeter of the Council station, the Council knew one truth. Humanity was not a race to be tested lightly. Inside the valiant spirit, John Carter looked at his crew and nodded. Part 1 of our mission is complete. Now we wait for their response. But whatever comes next, humans are ready. The crew worked in quiet harmony, each member understanding the weight of their actions. The galaxy had expected humans to bow, to negotiate, to plead. Instead, humans had acted with precision, calm, and unshakable strength. The Council would not forget this day, and neither would the galaxy. Outside, stars twinkled, silent witnesses to the arrival of a human warship that struck fear without a single life lost. The message was clear, simple, and impossible to ignore. Earth would no longer be treated as weak, and the humans were ready to defend themselves at all costs. The Council did not know how to respond. The humans had arrived alone, without diplomacy, and already demonstrated power that no fleet in the galaxy had ever seen. Whispers and arguments filled the halls. Representatives from several species demanded an immediate attack, while others hesitated, afraid of provoking humans further. On the valiant spirit, Captain John Carter observed the Council station. The large structure floated in orbit around a star, a hub of power and authority for hundreds of alien species. The humans were alone, surrounded by fleets far larger than anything Earth could have imagined decades ago. Yet the crew moved calmly, as if they expected this moment. "They are organizing a strike," Kevin Ross said, pointing to the tactical display. Multiple ships from different species were forming a crescent around the valiant spirit. They believe intimidation will work. They think humans will panic. John Carter shook his head. Humans do not panic. Let them make the first mistake. Lisa Brown monitored the alien ship's shields and weapons. Their engines are strong.
Their weapons are fast, but they are predictable.
We can defend ourselves without destroying their ships unless necessary. The Council sent another message through subspace. This one was long and formal, full of warnings and threats. Halt your advance immediately. Comply with our authority. Failure will result in destruction. John Carter smiled faintly. They do not understand. Humans do not comply out of fear. We respond only to action, not threats. He activated the ship's communication system. This time he sent a simple message. We do not seek war. We prefer peace, but we will defend ourselves and those under our protection. The Council representatives saw the message, but it did not calm them. Several fleets edged closer. Some alien commanders began preparing weapons that could destroy the valiant spirit in seconds. Their confidence came from centuries of believing humans were weak. Centuries of underestimation had taught them nothing. Kevin adjusted the tactical arrays. Their first wave is within striking distance. If they attack, we can disable their weapons without harming lives. Show them our control. The humans had trained for this. Their warship carried the most advanced systems Earth had developed in secret. Shields could absorb energy far stronger than any alien projectile. Weapons could disable ships without destroying them completely. Drones could move independently and interfere with enemy targeting. Every feature had been designed for precision and restraint. The first alien cruiser fired. Its energy blasts lit the space around the valiant spirit. The crew remained calm. Lisa Brown activated the defensive grid, redirecting the energy into empty space. The blast bounced off shields harmlessly. At the same time, Kevin launched small drones that moved toward the cruiser. In moments, the cruiser's weapons locked up and its engines failed. It drifted silently, unable to respond. The council members gasped, their strongest ships rendered helpless by a single human vessel. Reports of human weakness had been wrong. Every species that had dismissed humans as timid, weak, or divided now realized they had been completely mistaken. Fear rippled through the council.
They are precise, one alien representative whispered.
Every move calculated. No chaos. No mistakes, and they do not kill unnecessarily, another added. Look at that cruiser. Disabled, but the crew is alive.
John Carter addressed the crew. We fight only when necessary.
We control the battlefield. We do not seek destruction, but we will impose consequences if they cross us.
Lisa nodded. Their fleets are large but disorganized.
They have never faced humans in this way. The aliens regrouped and tried a coordinated attack. Multiple ships fired at the Valiant Spirit from different angles. For a moment, the humans were surrounded. The alien weapons struck with speed and power. But the Valiant Spirit's shields absorbed everything. Kevin Ross deployed drones that moved like shadows, disrupting weapons and disabling engines. Ships lost control as systems failed one by one. Inside the council station, panic grew. Representatives shouted at one another. We underestimated them. They are controlling the battle without even firing destructive weapons. We must retreat before it is too late. But retreat was not easy. Even if they tried, the Valiant Spirit's drones had disabled key systems across the fleets. The humans had shown control of the situation. That the alien fleets could do nothing without suffering consequences. John Carter spoke over the ship's intercom. Remember this, crew. We are not here to destroy. We are here to show what humans are capable of. They will remember this lesson long after we leave. Lisa Brown watched the display. They already do. Look at their movements. Hesitation, fear, confusion. The council has never faced a force like this. Hours passed, and the battle slowed. No lives had been lost, but the message had been delivered. Humans were no longer a species to be underestimated. Across the galaxy, records of the Valiant Spirit's actions would spread. Care and respect would follow. The council finally sent envoys, not to attack, but to negotiate. They asked to speak with the humans directly. Captain John Carter agreed, but he set the terms. The envoys would meet in orbit, under the watch of the Valiant Spirit, and all aggressive actions must cease immediately. As the envoys arrived, John prepared his message. He did not raise his voice. He did not threaten. Instead, he spoke with calm authority. Humans value life. We prefer peace. We do not seek conflict, but we will defend ourselves. We do not beg for protection, and we do not fear anyone who acts against us. Respect us, and the galaxy will be safe. The alien envoys listened in silence. Many of them had been trained to negotiate, to control, and to intimidate. None had expected this. They had prepared for diplomacy, expecting human weakness. Instead, they saw confidence, control, and power that far exceeded their understanding. Kevin Ross spoke quietly to John. They are afraid. The Council has underestimated humans for centuries. They are beginning to realize their mistake. John nodded. Good. Let them understand fully. We do not strike without reason, but our presence alone has already changed the balance. Lisa Brown monitored the fleets. They are withdrawing slightly. Fear is spreading across their ranks. As the day ended, the Valiant Spirit remained in orbit near the Council Station. No further attacks came. The humans had sent a clear message. Earth was not weak. Humans were precise, disciplined, and capable of controlling the outcome of any battle. The Council met in emergency session. For the first time in their history, representatives from multiple species argued not about humans as an annoying backwater, but as a serious threat that demanded attention. They debated how to respond to this new reality. Some wanted war immediately. Others argued for negotiation, afraid of the humans' power. John Carter and his crew watched from the Valiant Spirit. They did not interfere. Humans had acted. The Council now had the choice: respect or test the humans further. Inside the warship, Lisa Brown spoke to the crew. This is what humans are. We act with strength and control. We do not seek unnecessary war. We do not beg. The galaxy must understand that. They understand now. The Council will think twice before making any moves against humans or our colonies. John Carter looked out into the stars. Our work is not done, but we have made the first step. The galaxy will remember the Valiant Spirit and what it represents. Humans are no longer a species to underestimate. As night fell over the Council Station, the Valiant Spirit hovered silently. The humans did not celebrate. There was no cheering or triumph. Instead, there was quiet pride. The crew knew they had done what was needed. They had shown strength without recklessness, power without unnecessary loss. The aliens watched in fear and awe. They had faced humans expecting weakness, and they had found discipline, skill, and a terrifying calm. The Council would meet again, but one thing was certain: the galaxy had changed. Humans were no longer just a distant planet. Humans were a force to respect. Captain John Carter turned to his crew. Get some rest. The next steps will come soon. We have delivered our message. Now we wait for their choice. Lisa Brown smiled faintly. They will remember this day forever. Humans do not forget, and neither does the galaxy. Kevin Ross added, and if they test us again, they will see that humans do not fight only with words. They fight with action, precision, and patience.
We are ready.
The Valiant Spirit remained in orbit, silent and powerful. Across the galaxy, sensors picked up the ship, and every fleet, every station, and every species began to whisper the same thought. Humans were different now. Humans were strong, and the price of underestimating them was clear. The Council could no longer act with confidence. Every plan, every strategy, every assumption had to be reconsidered. Humans had arrived, and they had changed the balance of power. Inside the Valiant Spirit, the crew prepared for the next phase. The first warning had been given. The Council had seen human precision and restraint. Now humanity waited to see if their message had been understood, or if further action would be necessary. One thing was certain: the galaxy would never see humans the same way again. The calm in Council space did not last long. News of the human warship's power had spread quickly, and a faction of alien leaders decided they would not allow humans to dictate terms. They believed the humans were bluffing, that their show of power was only temporary. Fleets were ordered to assemble, more massive than any before, determined to overwhelm the Valiant Spirit. On the bridge of the human warship, Captain John Carter studied the approaching forces. Sensors displayed hundreds of ships from multiple species, moving with speed and precision. confident that numbers alone could defeat humans. "They think they can take us," John said quietly. "They are wrong." Commander Lisa Brown tightened her hands around the console. "Their numbers are overwhelming. But they do not know humans. We have trained for this. We will survive, and we will show them exactly why humans should not be underestimated." Tactical Officer Kevin Ross tapped the display. "They are forming 3 main groups. Each one thinks they can surround us and attack from a different angle. We can handle them, but we must act quickly." The humans did not panic. The crew moved with discipline, executing maneuvers they had practiced hundreds of times in simulations. Shields were raised, weapons systems activated, drones prepared for rapid deployment. The Valiant Spirit was a single ship, but it carried the force of a fleet in its design. The first wave attacked. Energy beams and missiles cut through space, converging on the human ship. The crew remained calm. Shields absorbed the blasts, while drones intercepted projectiles and scrambled enemy targeting systems. Within moments, several ships lost control. Engines failed, weapons locked up, and systems went dark. The aliens had underestimated humans. John Carter watched the display, noting each disabled ship. "Precision, not destruction," he reminded his crew. "We are here to defend ourselves, not to kill unnecessarily." Lisa Brown smiled faintly. "They are learning the wrong lesson. They think humans are cruel. In fact, we are controlled, disciplined, and patient." The second wave approached from a different direction. This group was larger and more aggressive, firing continuously. The Valiant Spirit moved smoothly, dodging some attacks while drones disrupted others. One alien cruiser fired a beam directly at the ship's main shield. The energy struck with a loud hum, but the shield absorbed it entirely. In response, the drones disabled the cruiser's engines and communications. The vessel drifted helplessly, its crew panicking. The Council watched in shock. Their fleets, once confident, were crumbling under the precision of a single human ship. Whispers of fear spread among the representatives. Even the most aggressive leaders hesitated. Humans were no longer a species to be bullied or ignored. Kevin Ross spoke quietly. "They do not understand. Humans are not just strong. Humans are patient. We fight only when necessary. Every move we make is calculated." John Carter nodded. "Good. Let them realize fully what humans are capable of." End of footnote. The third wave was the largest, composed of elite cruisers armed with devastating weapons. These ships were expected to finish the humans once and for all. The aliens believed that overwhelming force would finally break the Valiant Spirit. The Valiant Spirit moved calmly through space, weaving between attacks with smooth precision. Drones launched in swarms, disabling weapons and engines without harming lives. The humans struck back only where necessary, using energy pulses to disable ships rather than destroy them. The alien commanders were furious. No species had ever survived an assault like this without mass casualties. Inside the Valiant Spirit, the crew remained composed. Captain John Carter addressed them. "Remember what we fight for. We fight to protect humans and our colonies. We fight with precision, not rage. Our enemies will learn the cost of underestimating us."
Lisa Brown monitored the battlefield. Their ships are panicking.
"Their formations are breaking. They cannot coordinate when every attack is disrupted. They are losing confidence fast." Kevin Ross added, "We are proving something else too. Humans do not fight blindly. Every action is controlled. We strike only when needed, and we do it with precision. That is what terrifies them. As the battle continued, several alien ships attempted to retreat. Drones followed them, disabling engines and weapons to prevent escape. No lives were taken, but the aliens knew that the humans could destroy them instantly if necessary. Fear spread across the fleets like wildfire. The Council attempted to issue commands, but confusion reigned. Fleets that had trained for decades could not keep order under the pressure of a single disciplined ship. Humans had rewritten the rules of engagement without firing lethal volleys. John Carter saw an opportunity. We will push them to surrender, not kill. Let them see the futility of underestimating humans. He gave orders to drones to disable key command centers on the remaining ships, leaving the crews alive but powerless. Engines failed, weapons shut down, and communications went silent. The alien ships drifted helplessly in space, unable to act or retaliate. Lisa Brown leaned back slightly. They thought strength was numbers. Humans show them it is discipline, training, and control that matter most. Kevin Ross studied the display. Every fleet that comes against us will now think twice. The word will spread. Humans do not fight recklessly, but they do not tolerate attacks on their own. After hours of precise maneuvering and controlled assaults, the alien fleets began to retreat. Some ships attempted to regroup, but the Valiant Spirit's drones kept them under constant surveillance. The humans had won the first major confrontation without unnecessary loss of life. Inside the Council station, leaders debated furiously. The aggressive faction had failed to destroy the human ship. Fear had replaced confidence. Representatives argued over how to respond to a species that could control such a massive engagement with a single vessel. Some argued for negotiation, others wanted to prepare for more war. John Carter spoke quietly to his crew. They now understand humans are not weak. We fight when we must, but we also control the battle. This is our advantage. They will respect us, or they will face consequences. Lisa Brown checked the systems one more time. The Valiant Spirit is unharmed. We proved our strength and restraint. They will not forget this day. Kevin Ross added, and the message will spread. Every fleet in the galaxy will know humans are different. Disciplined, precise, and patient, but terrifying when provoked. The aliens who survived returned to their stations, disabled and shaken. They spread stories of the humans who fought without rage, who controlled every aspect of battle, and who refused to be intimidated. Across the galaxy, other species began to reconsider their opinions of humans. Humans were no longer just a distant planet. They were a force that demanded respect. As the battle ended, the Valiant Spirit hovered silently in orbit around the Council station. The humans did not celebrate. There was no cheering or loud announcements. Instead, the crew moved quietly, repairing minor systems and preparing for whatever came next. John Carter addressed them. Today, we fought only to defend ourselves and demonstrate our capability. We have sent a clear message. Humans are patient, precise, and disciplined. They will think twice before testing us again.
Lisa Brown nodded. And we did it without unnecessary loss of life.
That is our strength. Kevin Ross smiled faintly. Discipline and control. That is what terrifies them most. Numbers mean nothing when precision and patience dominate the battlefield. The Council would meet again. They would debate, plan, and fear. Humans had shown that even a single warship could change the balance of power in the galaxy. The aggressive factions had been humbled. The Council had seen the cost of underestimating humanity, and they would remember it forever. As night fell over the Council station, the Valiant Spirit remained in orbit, silent and powerful. The crew knew the battle was over, but the war for respect had just begun. The humans had proven their strength, but more challenges lay ahead. They were ready. John Carter looked out at the stars, calm and resolute. We have shown the galaxy what humans can do. They know our patience, our discipline, and our power. We will wait, but we are ready for whatever comes next. The crew of the Valiant Spirit understood the message. Humans had arrived, and the galaxy would never see them the same way again. Outside, the stars twinkled silently. The battle had ended, but the impact would echo across systems, fleets, and planets for years to come. Humans had proven that strength was not only in numbers, but in control, precision, and unwavering discipline. The Valiant Spirit had become a symbol of humanity's arrival as a serious force in the galaxy, and the Council knew, with fear and awe, that humanity would not be ignored again. The aftermath of the battle left the Council in chaos. Fleets had been disabled, key ships rendered helpless, and the aggressive factions humiliated. Yet the humans made no move to destroy or occupy. The Valiant Spirit remained in orbit near the Council station, silent, its crew calm and disciplined. The Council representatives did not know what to do. They had expected diplomacy, weakness, or fear. Instead, they found precision, patience, and unstoppable resolve. Captain John Carter stood on the bridge, watching the Council fleets drift in confusion. He spoke quietly to his crew. "We have shown them strength. Now we will see if they choose reason or continue hostility." They are sending messages. Many are asking for talks. They know we can act again if needed. Tactical Officer Kevin Ross nodded. They fear further conflict. Their fleets are operational, but hesitant. They are beginning to understand what humans are capable of. The Council sent envoys, small vessels carrying representatives from multiple species. They approached cautiously, weapons silent, and communications open. They wanted to negotiate, but they wanted to do it carefully. The humans allowed them to come near, monitoring every move with their drones. No one dared to act aggressively. Captain John Carter activated the communication link. His voice was calm, steady, and clear.
"We do not seek war. Humans value life and order.
We prefer peace, but we will not compromise our colonies or our people. Respect for humans is not optional. It is the choice you now face." Inside the council halls, the envoys relayed his message. Silence followed. The council had never faced a species that spoke with such authority. Fear and respect mingled. Arguments broke out. Some representatives called for immediate submission to humans. Others still wanted to resist, but hesitation had replaced confidence. Humans had proven that even one ship could dominate fleets far larger than itself. John Carter addressed his crew privately. "Remember, we fight for what is right, not for revenge. We enforce strength, but we do not kill unnecessarily. Let the Council choose. We are ready for either path. We have control, but we also offer mercy. That is what makes humans different. We fight, but we also hold back when possible. They are waiting. Some fleets are retreating. Some remain cautious. Every species is realizing that testing humans is dangerous. The envoys met the humans in orbit. Talks began slowly with careful words. Captain John Carter did not rush. He did not threaten. Instead, he spoke calmly, laying out the terms. Humans would protect their colonies. Humans would respect other species who acted peacefully. Humans would not attack, without provocation. In return, the Council and its members would respect human sovereignty. No negotiation, no begging. Only a clear understanding of consequences and control. The Council representatives listened. They saw the crew's discipline, the ship's precision, and the humans' calm confidence. They realized that resistance would be foolish. Humans did not need fleets to dominate. They relied on skill, strategy, and control. No species had ever faced such focused determination. Lisa Brown spoke during the talks. "We are humans. We value life. We prefer peace. But we will act if we are threatened. Do not mistake our patience for weakness. We expect respect and cooperation." Kevin Ross added, "Our actions speak louder than words."
We have already shown you what we can do. Choose wisely.
Slowly, the Council began to agree. Treaties were drafted, signed under careful observation of the Valiant Spirit's crew. Humans gained protections for their colonies, recognition of their sovereignty, and acknowledgement of their power. Weaker species were included, ensuring that humans would act as protectors, not conquerors. The galaxy was changing. Respect for humans was no longer optional. It was required. Outside the Council station, the disabled fleets returned to repair, humbled by the humans' discipline. Across star systems, reports spread of the human warship that had arrived alone, disabled fleets without killing, and enforced peace through action and precision. Fear mixed with awe. Humans were no longer unknown or underestimated. They were a serious force, calm but unstoppable when provoked. Inside the Valiant Spirit, the crew moved quietly. Repairs were made, systems checked, and preparations for departure were underway. There was no celebration, no boasting. Humans had acted as they always did, controlled, disciplined, and patient. Today we have secured peace through strength. Humans do not need to conquer to be respected. We act when necessary, and we hold back when we can. This is our way. The galaxy has learned it, and they will remember it. Lisa Brown looked at the stars. It is strange. They feared us, but they respect us now. Humans do not fight out of hatred. We fight to protect. That is what makes us different. Kevin Ross added, and that is what terrifies them. Every fleet in the galaxy will think twice before challenging humans. Precision, patience, and control. Those are the true weapons of humanity. As the Valiant Spirit prepared to depart, the Council envoys waved cautiously. Respect and fear were clear in their gestures. The humans had won without destruction, had enforced peace without aggression, and had proven that even one ship in the hands of a disciplined crew could change the course of the galaxy. John Carter gave the final order. Set course for home. Our message has been delivered. Humanity will continue to grow, to explore, and to defend what is ours. The galaxy now knows who we are. The warship moved silently through space, leaving the Council system behind. The stars reflected off its hull, a quiet reminder of human power and discipline. Across systems, news traveled fast. Humans had arrived, they had acted, and they had enforced peace. Lisa Brown checked the ship systems one last time. We did what we needed to do. We did not kill unnecessarily, but we made sure everyone understood humans are not to be underestimated. Kevin Ross smiled, and that is the most important lesson. Humans fight with reason, control, and patience. No fleet, no council, and no species will forget it. John Carter looked out into the endless void of space. Humanity will continue to grow stronger, but always with discipline. We do not seek war, but we will not flee. The galaxy has learned our lesson: respect humans, or face consequences. The valiant spirit sailed onward, silent, controlled, and powerful. Its crew rested, prepared for whatever the future might bring. Across the galaxy, humans were no longer a distant planet to ignore or underestimate. They had arrived, and their presence changed the balance of power forever. In every system, every fleet, and every council hall, whispers spread. Humans were calm, precise, and disciplined. Humans fought when necessary, but with restraint. And when humans acted, the galaxy learned the cost of underestimating them. The valiant spirit moved deeper into space, carrying with it the knowledge that humans could defend, protect, and enforce peace without unnecessary destruction. The galaxy had changed, respect had been earned, and humanity had proven its place among the stars. John Carter turned to his crew one last time. We have done what was needed. We have enforced peace, shown strength, and preserved life. The galaxy will remember humanity for this. Now we continue forward as always, ready for whatever comes next. Lisa Brown and Kevin Ross nodded. The crew understood fully. They had made history. Humanity was no longer a backwater world. They were a force that demanded respect, a species that could fight with skill and patience, and a people whose discipline could change the galaxy without firing a single shot unnecessarily. As the valiant spirit vanished into the starry expanse, one truth remained clear across the galaxy. Humans had arrived, and the age of underestimation was over. Peace had been enforced, not begged for, and the galaxy would never forget the warship that struck fear and earned respect.